Thanks indeed. So I was talking about securities, financial instruments, trading commodities and forex trading and all sorts of things money related. We're talking about the South African Traders Trophy competition, which simulates the JSE. In studio we have Jayendran Naidoo, the head of trading at Nedbank Capital, Melinda Jonker, 2011 Traders Trophy winner. We were just talking about how all of it works. I mean, you have to be plugged into a system, obviously, so that you have access to all these stocks. And but just if you were to give us a layman's explanation of exactly how it works, Melinda.
The competition. The competition is you get hooked up to a system that's run through Oxior, who developed this program, and when it starts, it's a day's trading and push it into 1 hour where there's phone calls coming through and you have to make them prices, whether buy or sell from you. You can also buy or sell directly on the simulated market, and there's news that's coming through that you have to filter what's going to impact this stock that you are trading.
Oh, okay. But then when it comes to the forex as well, you trade, but this is largely for big companies, obviously. It's not necessarily individuals, the way we understand fund managers to work.
Yes, you're right, Cindy. So not necessarily individuals, it's corporates as well. But when it comes to trading, it's all about the risk and the management thereof. So if you're not comfortable as an individual or as a corporate, if you're not comfortable with the risk that you're sitting with, regardless of whether it's a share exposure, exposure to commodities, exposure to forex, exposure to the South African bond market, you don't want that risk. You call a trader, hopefully one of Nedbank Capital's traders, and mitigate your risk. Yeah, because we know with the financial crisis in Europe and the US, whatever happens when they pull their dollars, that impacts on the volatility of our currency as well. So we have very little control as to what happens globally. That's true. That's true. And what goes on globally absolutely impacts the local market. So it's important for everyone, students alike, to be cognizant of what's going on globally. Okay. We have some messages from our viewers on our Facebook page, and you're at home, facebook.com/ETV Sunrise. Ayanda standing by in the newsroom.
Thank you so very much, Cindy. Here, looking at our Facebook page, we said that South African Traders Trophy is a competition, obviously, that simulates the JSE. And we asked the question, how can this competition help our students become better at what they do? Here, Yolisa Sokayise says it will help them boost their confidence in everything that they do. Bakwena Robert Tamaya says that there is a hope that it can, and because it focuses more on the students, it will help them reach their limits. Says young South Africans need more exposure to the stock market trading on the JSE and learning how to read the markets. If anything, this platform addresses just that. Maroping Vincent Nyakale says exactly, they are going to be more educated. Some of the universities are more advanced than others, and this will help them become more innovative. So those are just basically some of the comments that are coming through on our Facebook page. It's back to you, Cindy, in studio.
Thanks so much. But I mean, not all universities are created equally. I think the sense that comes from our viewers is that you're obviously going with the more esteemed, more well-resourced universities. Is that right?
Well, we're going to UCT, Stellenbosch, KZN, UP, WITS, CEDA. We're going to those universities, but the online competition also takes into cognizance the fact that there are a lot of other universities that we're not going to. Needless to say, it's a logistical nightmare traveling around the country, but we are having an online competition, and there are many universities that are allowed to compete in the competition. Yeah, but is there an outreach component to it, especially with those depressed or distressed universities? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not excluding students from participating in the competition. We want anyone who believes that they have the ability to trade to come through, engage us via the platform, and good luck. Okay. Were you surprised in the intensity of this competition, Melinda, when you applied? I mean, you just put your name forward with the idea that I'm going to have fun as a young person, and you're going to learn one or two things. What were some of the more challenging components for you?
Firstly, in the first rounds, it was only one stock that we had to trade, whereas in the final it was 3.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a shock. You have to be able to manage yourself and to, like Jay said earlier, you have to be disciplined and keep a level mind, level-headed when you are doing this. So the challenges definitely is when you are losing money to be psychologically positive about this and to think it through and not get caught up in that red little number on the screen.
Is it about sentiment or is it insider trading? How do you know for sure that a particular security or commodity is going to perform well, and you advise your client and this whole willing seller buyer activity takes place? How do you know for sure that that's the best advice?
You never know for sure. But as a trader, we're not dispensing advice.
Yeah.
We're there to mitigate your risk that you're not comfortable with.
Okay. Matsuriso and Mafikeng, thanks so much for holding. And what's your contribution?
Good morning, Cindy, and to in the studio. I just want to find out, how do you enter this competition?
Okay, thanks so much.
Go to www.nedbankcapital.co.za.
And it's still open for entry?
Yes, absolutely. Or go to www.traderstrophy.com. Either way, get onto the website. There's an icon, Traders Trophy. Click on it, and the rest should be very simple.
Okay, but the qualifications, obviously, you need to be in university. You don't necessarily have to be a senior. But what is the minimum requirement?
So minimum, I'd say, depending on the number of entries. We'd like to see postgrad students participate. We'd like to see final year students participate. But actually anyone can participate. Unfortunately, if the numbers are too high, then preference will be given to the final year students and postgrad students.
Okay, when's the closing date?
Well, the first competition is on the 5th of May.
Yeah.
So I assume, depending on which university you're at, you've got until the 5th of May.
Until the 5th of May. So you're jetting off to Amsterdam to represent South Africa together with, I think her name is Mogetwa Tswane, and she was the second runner-up. What do you anticipate? What's going to happen in Amsterdam?
As far as I know, we're going to have a lot of activities where we compete against each other, as well as we're going to receive training during the first few days.
Yeah.
And then the finals on the 3rd. Yes, that's more or less what I know.
And how much do you know about your other contenders for the top honors?
Whatever I see on Facebook, their pictures, that's all. And I can see the countries that's participating. But other than that, I don't know.
So do you think South Africa is on par with our global counterparts?
South Africa is. I think as a banking system, we absolutely are. And we've shown how sound we are in the last few years, especially since the local banks stood up against the financial crisis. However, in terms of the youth of South Africa, in terms of the knowledge base, I'd definitely like that to improve over the years, and that's why Nedbank Capital is behind this competition.
So thanks indeed for your time, and all the luck to you, Melinda. I'm sure you'll do us proud and bring back the trophy.
Definitely.
Thanks so much. We're speaking to Jay Naidoo, the head of trading at Nedbank Capital. Melinda Jonker is the 2011 Traders Trophy winner. We'll get you the details as to how you can participate. You have until the 5th of May. Let's find out what Ayanda has in the newsroom.